Yay, hello, finally here. Hi, it's Teacher David here. I'm the head teacher here at E2 Language. I'm going to take you through this PTE writing class. So welcome here. In this class, hi everyone, we're going to learn some methods, practice some methods for the writing sections. Low voice, thank you. Suniti, can you hear better now with the volume up? And Richa and Chitchit. Okay. A few technical things. Let's get started. Okay, so in this class, we're going to look at the methods for summarize written text and write essay. And we're also going to look at learn and practice the methods, do some grammar, self-correction, vocabulary, practice the tasks. Today, we're going to focus on the conclusion, and it should take about an hour, about 60 minutes. Now, in the test, some of you have not taken the test yet. Hi, Jenisha. What that means, what you will see in the test is, well, I'll show you the examples of what you'll see in this session here, but there will be 2 or 3 summarized written texts, and each of those takes 10 minutes each. So you must spend full 10 minutes on it. Now, you don't have to spend 10 minutes, but you don't get that time back anywhere else. So it's a very good idea to spend the full 10 minutes on each of those summarized written texts, and then 20 minutes on each write essay task, which means the full 20 minutes. So for some of us at the moment while we're learning, it takes us more than 10 minutes to do the summarized written text, and it takes us more than 20 minutes to do the essay. That's fine while we're learning, absolutely fine while we're learning. Sometimes it's a good idea to learn the methods without the clock. But what you need to do on test day is be able to do it in those times. So we're going to look at use the timers today to see if we can learn the method and use the method in the time. All right, what we've got is an extraordinary thing that's happened is we've decided finally to write a booklet, which is the PTE ebook. And it summarizes the 20 super methods that we teach here. I'll be teaching some of them today, the writing ones, and all the other classes as well. These are the methods used to score 90 in the PTE. This booklet is now free with any packages that you purchase or any upgrades that you make. So if you're on an existing package and you want to upgrade, you'll get this as a free supplement to your package. Or if you haven't bought a package yet and you are going to buy a package, then this will be free as part of that package. So it's a fantastic booklet that summarizes the 20 methods that I teach and the other PTE teachers teach here at E2 Language in order for you to maximize your scores in PTE. So it's a very valuable document to get hold of. All right, I'm not going to correct anyone today because it gets rather complicated. Now, I love correcting, but it does get complicated if I correct somebody else's essay while you're still writing. So it's a good idea that you submit your writings assessments using the online assessment task feedback system that we've got attached to all our packages or in your tutorials. Yep. Summarized written text. This is what it looks like if you haven't seen it before. We have a timer up the right-hand side. It'll count backwards from 10 minutes, the instructions, the text, and then an area to write in. Our method, remember, learn the method, practice the method, get feedback. Our method is to speed read to get a general idea. Now, the idea of that is to put the gist of the text into your memory so you can feel comfortable with what the text is about subject-wise. And then you're going to deep read and take notes. When you deep read, it means read deep up here. So read to understand and comprehend. And on your board, and you'll be given an erasable pad in your test, on that erasable board, it's a little bit like this one here, if I can find it. On your board, you're going to make notes. And you're going to make notes from the beginning, the middle, and the end of the text, because you're going to make a sentence of 3 to 4 parts. And those notes that you write down on your pad, you're going to use then to write onto the screen. So 3 main ideas from the beginning, middle, and end. When you're writing, use your notes and your understanding of what you read. Don't try to use language that doesn't make sense, but makes you think like it does make sense. So it must be very clear. I will talk about changes in scoring in a moment, Chatharika. And a blog is going out about those today as well. So use your notes and use language that you understand so that the sentence that you write makes sense to you. Now, part of that is read the sentence back to yourself out loud. And if it sounds right to you, literally sounds right, it probably is right. So check meaning, grammar, and punctuation. Now you can write from 5 to 75 words, but we think a comfortable length is about 30 or 40 words, because 30 or 40 words will summarize the main ideas and is a manageable length sentence. Don't include your own ideas. All the ideas come from the text here. You must use the information in this text, not stuff that you've heard of before or other ideas. And try not to copy too much of the text. Try if you're writing 3 words from the text to change them after 3 words so that they become your words and not a complete copy of the text. This affects your reading and writing score. You'll be marked on content, the words you use, form, the structure of your sentence, grammar and vocabulary. The sentence is 30 to 40 words long of 3 to 4 parts. Remember your notes, 3 to 4 notes, 3 to 4 parts on the screen afterwards as part of your sentence. There'll be 2 or 3 of these and each one takes 10 minutes. Let's have fun doing this. You're going to write 30 to 40 words, 3 to 4 main ideas, therefore 3 to 4 main parts of your sentence. You use synonyms or pronouns and pronouns where necessary. Pronouns are words that replace nouns, like the tree becomes it, the man becomes he, the woman becomes she, the cat becomes it as well. The tables become they or them. Use conjunctions to join parts of your sentence together. Conjunction means to conjoin, join with. So, and, after, before, because, yet, however, but, although, while, where, or use a comma. Now, it's a good idea to write these conjunctions down, write them out, and then select which ones you think are most useful in your sentence. We're going to use relative clause, which I'll talk about a little bit more. We've just had a lesson on that today in the grammar class at midday, which you're welcome to attend every Friday if you're a paid member. The coffee, which is the relative pronoun that refers back to coffee, was cold by the time she drank it, was quite bitter. We'll talk more about relative clauses in a moment. First of all, let's practice synonyms and pronouns. Now, these words are highlighted, or phrases are highlighted in blue. See if you can find a suitable synonym or a word that means the same thing, or a pronoun to replace those phrases or those groups of words in blue there, and write it into the chat box. So we're using pronouns and synonyms, and write them into the chat box. Hello, everyone who's here. Good one. It's the obvious one, isn't it? The pioneer. Great. So let's have a look. The Hunley is a thing. We call it an it. One of the first and early, or pioneer. Well done. Earliest. Nice one. First and last. Yep. Soul, was in, occurred in, from the verb to be. Attacked, torpedoed, attacked. Good work. Disappeared mysteriously. So we're using vocabulary, latent vocabulary, or words that we have in our memory that are appropriate in the context. Conjunctions, words that join sentence parts together. So we've got 3 sentences here. We can tell it's a sentence because it's got a subject, a verb, and a full stop at the end. I want you to use the information that you can and join those 3 sentences together to make a sentence, a single sentence that makes sense. Okay, of 3 to 4 parts, and we'll talk about relative clauses in a moment. So join these 3 sentences together using a conjunction, and make sure that the subject agrees with the verb in number, and then the verb tenses are correct, and you haven't put too many words in the sentence. All right, try that. See you in 90 seconds. All right, now just to practice, we're going to get better at it. So let's have a look. The Hunley subject was one of the first submarines. Brilliant, comma, nice one. But it mysteriously, it disappeared mysteriously, but a conjunction after a conjunction. A conjunction is a joining word, yep. In 1864, an early submarine called the Hunley attacked and sank a ship before linking the next phrase together, disappearing mysteriously on its only combat mission. So to sequence clauses or phrases together, we use conjunctions by joining them together smoothly and effortlessly with one of those common conjunctions. So, and is the most common. Also, after, before. The Hunley is the first submarine was sunk. Not sure. It was the earliest submarines which fought only in 1864, where it attacked and sank a ship before disappeared was attacked. Not quite right, Samak Shia. So we're going to work on it. The Hunley, which was one of the first submarines, took part in, I can't help myself, in its one and only mission as it went missing after it attacked and sank a ship. Not bad, Cat. Oh, all right. So we're joining these phrases together. We're going to do a little bit of practice and get better at it. We're going to look at relative clauses. Now, relative clauses, which we looked at in our grammar class today, are clauses that are dependent on each other or non-dependent on each other. We can leave the information out and the sentence will still make sense. So if we look at this sentence here, for example, let's have a look at this part here. The Hunley, which was an early submarine, disappeared mysteriously on its first combat mission. Now, if I was to put a line through that, the sentence would still make sense, but it wouldn't be as detailed. So I add a relative clause to explain a little bit more information about the subject, which is the Hunley, from the information that I've been given, because it further enhances the meaning of the sentence and adds detail. Where it goes, of course, is in the second place in the sentence, because the which refers back to the subject. Oh, I need another arrow. Back to the subject, the Hunley. Yep. So which refers back to the Hunley. It is the relative pronoun. It replaces the word Hunley in the second time. And we separate it from the subject or the first clause by a comma and end it with a comma. So it reads like this. The Hunley, which was an early submarine, disappeared mysteriously on its first combat mission after torpedoing a ship in 1864. So we can see that we could leave it out, but if we leave it out, we don't have as much detail. Now, when we put it in, it also signals that we can control our sentence grammatically. So it's a very good thing to practice and to use. Yep. So we're going to practice using relative clauses, and you'll introduce a relative clause with a pronoun who, which, or that. Who or that for people, which or that for things. So the Hunley is a thing. It's a non-human. So we will use which to refer back to it or that. The Hunley, which disappeared mysteriously after attacking and sinking a ship in 1864, was among the very first submarines. So your goal is to write a sentence like this of 3 to 4 parts using a relative clause, conjunctions and pronouns where appropriate. All right, you're going to have a go, I believe, if I get clear the annotations, you're going to have a go at writing that sentence. So join these 3 sentences together into a single sentence using conjunctions and a relative pronoun. Good luck. Read it, don't submit it until it makes sense to you in 90 seconds. See you in 90. Rewrite your sentence if you've written one already. Okay. All right. Now, Genesis, if you're confused, have a look at what other people are writing. Now, what people are writing isn't 100% correct. Keep typing them in, but it's an attempt, and it's better to make an attempt than no attempt at all. The Hunley, which disappeared mysteriously after it sank a ship, ... The Hunley, which was an early submarine, vanished, ... We're doing well. The Hunley, which was an early submarine, vanished mysteriously after its only combat in 1864. Kathleen, well done. I'm not correcting you. I'm just reading out examples. Now, if you have a look at other people's examples, they've structured a sentence into 3 to 4 parts from the information, and we've got 3 sentences to do it with. So hopefully that's clearer if you haven't seen it done before. There are other students modeling what it is that we're doing. Brilliant. Well done. Now, what we're going to perfect is our grammar and also a method to do this. So I'm going to ask you to apply the method that we're learning and do this as best as we can, and with the idea of writing a single sentence of 3 to 4 parts summarizing the main ideas of this text. So skim read to get an idea about what it's about, then go through and write notes, beginning, middle, and end, down onto your pad. And then from your pad, stay focused, because your brain will process the information by taking notes. Write a sentence that summarizes the main ideas of this text. Alrighty, the first part, 3 minutes to read, take notes, and start writing your sentence. Good luck. See you in 3 minutes. Now, don't submit your writing, just start writing. See you in 3 minutes. Okay, good stuff. Now, don't press enter yet, because you want to control when you do press enter. You've read, taken notes, and started to write. Yep. Now I'll show you what happens. We start writing. We're going to keep changing or improving it as we go. So we're writing. Did we understand it? Oh, we need to change the verb tense. Too much copying, so I'm going to use my own words. Referring back to the text, my notes, typing away. Keep drafting, finding a better way of expressing it, moving words around, making sure it agrees. And then finally, I work out that I can use my relative clause as the second clause in the sentence, because I now understand more about what I'm writing about, and I'm going back to the text to make sure that I've got the facts where I need them to be. All right, so keep editing. We'll go for another 7 minutes because it's a 10-minute task. Enjoy writing it. Make sure it makes sense. Copy the spelling exactly as you see it in the text. See you guys in 7 minutes. Some writing is looking great. Now you've got another 3 minutes. And what I suggest you do in this time is to read it out loud to yourself to see there's no errors, and refer back to the text to find if there's information that you could put in there, and also that you're writing that needs to go in there. Not too much information, but all the information that is important is in there. And you're reading through to make sure that the verbs are accurate. Your verb tenses are accurate. You've got prepositions where they need to be, and articles with nouns that need to be there as well. See you soon. Keep writing. You're submitting it now. If you want to practice getting it in the 10 minutes, no worries. All right, because that's when the computer would take it. So what we're looking at here is, now some people have not put a capital letter on the Hunley. Now the idea is that when you go back to the text and you're scanning for words, you're copying the dates accurately, as well as the spelling, particularly when there's the use of the capital letters. Yep, nice one. Now people have written some good stuff. Whew. If you've got a better idea now than you had before, put the number 5 in the chat box for high five. You'll build your confidence by learning the method, practicing, and getting feedback. Yep, good one, Aladdin. Good one, Kathleen. Nice one. So give yourselves confidence by doing the task, by knowing what to do. That's a lot of it, is learning what to do and then knowing what to do and then going and doing it well. Good one, Aladdin. Great to see. All right, keep going because it's good to be good. And what I suggest you is submit some of those after you've practiced so that you get some feedback from the platform when you sign up. The 4 criteria: content, C, L, length, G, grammar, and V, vocabulary. Total out of 7. Give yourself a score. Good work, Nikhil. Give yourself a score out of 7. It's just an indicator as to where you think you are today. Now, at any stage, I'm going to crack on because we're going to do some essay stuff in a minute. You can purchase a tutorial, or you'll have a tutorial as part of your bronze, silver, or gold package. Particularly if you buy a package, and I believe this was running for this week. It may be extended for December, but at the moment, the upgrade is available this booklet is available up until the end of December the 8th. And in this booklet are the 20 methods. Now, I wrote the booklet. It's based on what we've been teaching here at E2 Language for some time. It's a great book because it's got the 20 methods for the 20 tasks in the PTE. It's excellent to have on your desk to refer to while you're practicing. It's excellent to have on your desk so you can memorize what the methods are. You can ask a friend to test you on the methods. So it summarizes the methods to use in the PTE test. So it's highly valuable and is available as part of your purchase of a new package or an upgrade. Write essay. Let's get started. Now, common errors. We know that there are about 14 common errors. Here they are here, and you're going to learn how not to make these errors, but also how to correct these errors if you make them. And our grammar classes on Friday address all of these. So you're welcome to turn up to that midday class on Friday. Look at the labeled errors below here. We've got a sentence written by a student and we put numbers beside the errors. See if you can recognize what the error is and write a possible correction in the chat box. Away you go. We'll review that in 30 seconds. Good work. Now you want to get good at this, at identifying errors and correcting them. So something like this. If kids, verb tense, use computers for basic calculations, plural needed, they will be unable to understand the concept of calculations such as addition and subtraction. This is too vague here at the end. Good one. Get good at making corrections, yeah, because the idea of this is plan, write, and revise. And revise, part 3, must be done in order for you to score better marks. Gosh, that's a big dictionary. Let's look at here. Can you think of some synonyms, words that mean the same thing? Type them in. And Zoomers type it into Zoom. Oh, sorry, YouTubers type it into YouTube. Yes, your reading score is affected in summarized written text was one of the questions. Okay, good work. Untouched, damaged, visitors, developing countries. We're stimulating our vocabulary to be able to use in our writing. It's a good idea to keep building your vocabulary. Read through this out loud if you can in some cases, over the words you're not familiar with. See you in 40 seconds. And then I'll give you a quick quiz. All right, here we go. Ready for a quick quiz? Write the number down the left-hand side and match it to the letter on the right. Do the ones you know first. See you in 30 seconds. All right, let's see what those answers are. Whew, 1E. Yeah, 2C, 3B, reading through 4A, nice one, and 5D. Who's that? Nikhil Gandhi. Congratulations, well done. Well done. At the cost of a boost, pristine, inevitably, and lifted out of. Good work. Try to memorize those words. If you don't have them yet, write them down quickly or take a screenshot. 3, 2, 1. Yay. Good work. Here we go. We're going to get good at this. The essay, you've got 20 minutes to plan, write, and revise. There are 3 parts to this task. Yep. How do we do it? Well, planning. We're going to plan before we write every time. We read the prompt carefully and work out which side. It's an argumentative essay, so there'll be 2 sides to every prompt. One and the other. One and the other. Some people think this, some people think that. This is good, this is bad. Now, you're going to choose which side of the argument you favor the most, but you're going to present both sides of the argument. So you're going to plan an argument for both sides. When you're writing, you'll spend 2 minutes planning. Must plan every essay or it will never work. How do we plan? We write notes. We write the topic idea for body paragraph 1, which deals with one side of the question, the main idea for body paragraph 2, which deals with the other side of the question. And then in our introduction, we're going to favor one paragraph or one idea over the other, and we're going to restate that in the conclusion. So 2 minutes writing, 2 minutes planning every time, 16 minutes writing, and 2 minutes reviewing. We constantly check that we're writing on topic, that we've included all the ideas in the prompt, either explicitly by writing that same word, or we've paraphrased the key concepts or the keywords in the question, and they're in our essay. So we've answered the question. That's what we set out to do. Make sure your punctuation and spelling are correct, and it's the correct length, which will be between 200 and 300 words when we write introduction, body 1, body 2, and conclusion. You'll be marked on your content, form, the structure of your essay, your development of your ideas, which is essential, which is why I want you to structure your paragraphs exactly as I tell you, so that your development of your ideas or your written discourse will get scored highly. Your grammar must be correct, your linguistic range, vocabulary, and spelling. All right. There'll be 1 or 2 of these, not just 1, but 1 or 2. Spend the full 20 minutes on them. Let's look at the prompt. Tourism can bring jobs and money into struggling economies. Generalized statement. That's specifically what it's about. It's about tourism and money. However, some people argue that tourism should not be promoted in natural environments because of the harm that it does. You're going to discuss your view and support it. So tourism brings money. Tourism brings harm. There's 2 halves to the question. Body paragraph 1 will be money is good. Body paragraph 2 is tourism brings destruction to areas. So we've got 2 contrasting ideas, one for body paragraph 1, one for body paragraph 2. You're going to decide which side you're on, state it in the introduction and restate it in the conclusion. You are going to memorize this by the time you write your essays with E2 language. So there's 3, 4, 4, 2, 3-sentence introduction, 4-sentence each body paragraph, and a 2-sentence conclusion. 3-sentence introduction, general background statement, restate the question, tell the reader what you're going to tell them. And you know already because you've made a plan before you've even started writing that introduction. Then your main idea from body paragraph 1, topic sentence, support it, provide an example and close it off in a closing sentence. Then body paragraph 2 that you've written down, which is the second half of the question, main idea, support idea, evidence, closing sentence. And your conclusion will be, tell the reader what you told them, which is your main idea from body paragraph 1 and main idea from body paragraph 2, and state your opinion. In my opinion, this is why ... and summarize your argument. Hooray, you've got a 3, 4, 4, 2, 4 paragraph essay, 3 sentences, 4 sentences, 4 sentences, then 2 sentences, and you've memorized your structure, not somebody else's writing in another essay. How are we going to do this? Well, you're going to start to jot down your main ideas and plan. So your main ideas for paragraph 1 would be that a contribution creates jobs, local crafts, more money, less poverty if tourists bring money to an area. However, maybe we need to control that because there's pressure on the natural environment, pollution, environmental damage caused by too many people going to a specific area. So we think it's a good idea, but we're a little bit hesitant that we think that tourism should be just go at it willy-nilly, because it does cause danger, cause harm. So we're going to propose in our introduction that tourism be restricted. We've thought that up before we start writing, and we're going to say that it's good because it creates jobs and adds money to an environment. to a community, but however, it needs to be restricted in body paragraph 2. And that's what we'll say in our summary. Yay. So before we start writing, we've got a plan. It only took 2 minutes. You're going to do the same thing. So plan your main idea for body paragraph 1, your main idea for body paragraph 2, your introduction, which side of the argument you're on and why, and then your conclusion. So 2 minutes to plan, write it down on a piece of paper or jot it into the chat box so that I can see it. Time starts now. Wow, it's not long, is it? But what it will set you up for is success in the essay when you've written your plan, because now you know ahead of writing what it is you want to do. Yay. Okay, so practice. If you didn't quite get it right this time in the amount of time, then practice it because you will get better at it. All right, what to do now? Let's look at a sample introduction. Remember we said general background statement? Good work. I can see the planning coming in. Tourism plans many opportunities for careers and employment in many countries, rich and poor. So it's a general statement that doesn't say it's good or bad. It just states it. Yeah. Then we're going to incorporate the two sides of the argument and make sure that it's included in this early part of the introduction. However, many people believe that too often, tourism is promoted at the cost of natural environments. So there's the other side of the argument, and it incorporates the main opening idea. Yep, we don't favor one or the other. We're just making that as a statement. Now we can favor one side or the other. This essay will argue that despite its valuable contribution to the economy, tourism in natural environments should be restricted. And that's our thesis statement or our main idea for our essay. Yep. So we're going to support that statement. We're going to discuss both sides, body 1, body 2, two parts of the question. And we're going to, in our conclusion, we're going to agree with what we said in the introduction, which was what? That tourism in natural environments should be restricted. So that's what's going to come up at the end of our essay in our conclusion. Okay, now let's look at a sample body 1 and 2, and then you're going to write your conclusion. So let's look. Now I want you to read these out loud with me. Yep, because I want you to look at the logic, understand the logic. Here we go. Topic sentence. When tourism is promoted in a wilderness area, jobs are immediately created in the service industries. Support statement, hotels and restaurants in particular get an immediate boost and opportunities are also provided for local crafts to be promoted. That's our support statement. Evidence or further development, new jobs mean that money is available and in some cases families and even communities can be lifted out of poverty. Topic sentence, support sentence, evidence, closing sentence, local economies benefit from the increased activity. We've dealt with the first half of the question in that they bring money and jobs. Cool. Second body paragraph, read along with me. On the other hand, tourism puts pressure on pristine environments. Sometimes previously untouched natural areas will be destroyed so that roads, car parks, and even shops can be built. Also, large numbers of people visiting will inevitably lead to increased pollution from vehicles, issues related to human sewage disposal, and increased waste such as plastic bottles and food wrappers. So there are examples. Thus, the environmental cost of allowing tourism can be high. So both sides of the argument are presented. Money is a good thing for local communities to lift them out of poverty, and this one, but tourists create a lot of rubbish and can destroy the environment. You're going to write your conclusion. There's your main idea, body paragraph 1, your main idea, body paragraph 2. So 2 minutes, write it into the chat box. Away you go. I'm going to choose one of them as an example. Could be yours. Nice work so far. An extra minute. Yay, good work. Got some good thinking happening and some good writing happening. Well done. So I'm just going to zip through to this part again. This one here. I'm going to just pinch one of our okay, let's try this. Try Dulcie. Now, I'm not sure what Dulcie's written. I've got no idea, but we're going to have a look at it. So we're going to just have a look at what Dulcie wrote. I'm hoping you can see Dulcie's writing on the screen in a minute. Can you see Dulcie's writing? Say yes if you can. Can you see Dulcie's writing on the screen? Now, I've just randomly selected Dulcie. I'm not sure what Dulcie's written yet, so we're going to have a look at it. But I'll just increase the font. Yes, Aladdin can't. I don't know why Aladdin can't. Why can't Aladdin see what Dulcie wrote? Okay. This is the conclusion. Tourism can create opportunities for many people, body paragraph 1. However, there are certain causes that it can bring to our environment, body paragraph 2. In conclusion, promoting tourism should be properly regulated to avoid destroying the natural environment on that specific country. Well done. Really nice structure. Just a couple of quick tweaks. Tourism can create opportunities for many people. However, there are certain causes, now, causes isn't quite right. So certain impacts, some negative tone as well, that it can. Now, bring to is good. I'm just going to change it to have on our environment. In conclusion, promoting tourism, you could say, in my opinion, or in conclusion, promoting tourism should be properly regulated to avoid destroying the natural environment. Wow. Now, what was that? Yeah, were we talking about a specific place? In specific. Okay, therefore we're right. How about that? Is that all right with you, Dulcie? Happy with that? They're just minor tweaks. Now, those minor changes you can make, good one. Those minor changes you can make right at the end in the last 2 minutes before you press enter. And I'm always writing up until the last minute of the task as well. So that's what we're expected to do. We've got 20 minutes. So we're going to keep trying to do that. All righty, now it's just about it for the day, but not quite. Here's a model essay that we've got here. Now, what you might want to do is take a screenshot, a photograph of that, or on your camera. Yeah, now, Earl, the question about the changes in scores, I'll talk about right at the end as soon as we've got over this. Now, there's a blog written at the moment, so look to our blogs at E2 Language, and we'll discuss that in a moment. Great. So have a look at this, take a photograph, because you need model essays to refer to, and there's a model conclusion. So take a screenshot or a photograph. Yep, remember linking words are part of your score, the way that you'll be scored well. So look at those linking words and use them so that also, such as, in my opinion, in particular. Now, there's something missing. It's the linking vocabulary. So if you put linking vocabulary in that works well, you'll score a higher mark. Content, length, development, grammar, linking vocabulary, range of vocabulary, and spelling. Give it all the best shot. Today, good one, Aladdin. Okay, good one. Today, yeah, now Aladdin's read the blog already. So if you've got access to the blog, read the blog, and then it will take you to the Pearson site to explain that it's not too bad. It's not as serious as we thought at all. So if you got 19 today, you could have got 79, 16, 65, 12, 50. Now, everybody needs help. So, but don't forget, if you upgrade, you'll get this brilliant booklet that will enable you to have a written summary of all the methods on the desk in front of you as you're studying. I highly recommend it. It's a valuable document. Don't forget, when you do become a paid member, you create your own study pathway, use the self-study course, the booklet with it. You'll have access to E2 School and the core skills videos there. You'll get written feedback on your writing and speaking. You can book your group classes, which I do every Monday, and they're fun to join, and also you'll learn a lot. Use the extra resources, and yes, we got it exactly on time. Aren't we amazing that we actually did it? Alrighty. If it is time management, now to get the booklet, you need to upgrade. You can write to hello@e2language.com, but you need to upgrade your package or purchase a package, and it's free this week with all purchases of new packages or upgrades. Yep, good one. Alona, you'll be sent a link and you'll be able to download the link. Yep, if you have any issues with that, contact hello@e2language.com. All right, now read the blog, which will tell you about the changes to PTE. They aren't too drastic. It means you need a couple of extra marks soon, not now, but once institutions have had a chance to digest the study that Pearson have done. they will adjust accordingly the Pearson scores relative to IELTS scores, and they're slightly higher than they were. Yep. No, Nikhil, you have to go and find the blog. So look at www.e2language.com. And then once you're in there, click on the blog. Yep, you'll find it. So look, just Google E2 language. Yep, and you'll find it. Cool. It's that easy. Yep. And then find the link, and then find the link to the blog, and then there's a link to Pearson, the Pearson website, which will give you more information. But at the moment, it's just slightly higher score. What was a 79 relating to an 8, I think, is now an 84, and what was can't remember the other one. 65 has gone up slightly as well, but check that, but it hasn't happened yet. So nothing is really affected, and the test is exactly the same as it's always been. Cool. Now, if that was helpful for you and you learned something about writing, write the number 5 in the chat box or in the YouTube so that I can know that that was a high five from you guys. And please go and practice. Tell your friends to join you in the study. Enjoy your studying, and turn up to class. Now on Friday, we've got, when you become a member, we've got grammar class on Friday. And I think soon we'll be adding an extra one. So there's 2 of those during the week. Otherwise, there's the live classes to attend, the tutorials to attend, the group classes to attend, and importantly, the practice material on the platform that allows you to get better at what you do and get feedback on it. Yep, 5, 5, 5, 5. Thanks, Beanie. Thanks, Dulcie. Great to have you here. Remember, it's about doing. It's a verb, studying, writing, and getting feedback. Learn the method, practice the method, get feedback. Good one, everyone. Nice to have you here. Thanks for your participation, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks, Kathleen. Take care. Have a great weekend, and